Momon. I am the owner of Hey Baby Ultrasound Boutique, located in Little 5 Points.
Okay, so where did the name Hey Baby, where did that come from?
Asher, my son, he came up with Hey Baby because when I was pregnant with my youngest, Zoe, when she finally got here, he would always say, hey baby, hey baby. So it came from him.
So the location, you're right in Little 5 Points. That's an amazing location. What inspired you to kind of pick this location? Because there was so many different places you could have went in Atlanta. Like, what made you pick Little 5 Points?
God. Because I saw this location online and I saw Little 5 Points and I'm like, we are beginning business. They're probably gonna be charging an arm and a leg. I can't afford this. So I was looking at other places and they were actually just, whether it was the vibe or the property manager, I wasn't getting a good vibe from. And I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? So I ran into a leasing agent. She was like, well, try this little place in 5 Points. And I'm like, okay, we'll go look. And when we first came in here, you guys, this room, this blue, it was like electric green. That blue, that room was like a electric blue, like you had a headache when you walked in here. And I was like, that's nice. But once we got in, the property manager is super nice. It was just the right move and what we could afford. And it just happens to be one of the best locations in Atlanta. So that's all God. God did all that.
Amen. So you're a mommy and now you are a business owner. How are you juggling? And your wife. How are you juggling all three?
It is so funny that you asked that because I was listening to a podcast. If you guys have never listened to Super Soul Sundays by Oprah, get on it. I was listening to a podcast and I can't think of the author's name, but she had a book called Present Over Perfect. And I think maybe, I'm not gonna say maybe, I am a perfectionist in a lot of different areas. So I'm trying to operate at a 100% at mom, business owner, wife, and it doesn't work that way. You can't operate at 100% on everything, but you can take time to be 100% at this time and, you know, juggle those things. So I learned the hard way. Like, I crashed mentally and then I started putting myself back together. So basically, I have a time of the day that I work on the business. And I've even done a lot of work to simplify the business so I'm not as busy, and finding a good routine.
So how is it being in, you are a millennial in this day and age, and I have to ask, with relationships, how do you, and you, Jasmine, you were actually in our, in our couples thing, so I'm kind of taking it back to there. How do you manage to still have that independence as a woman and be wife? You know what I'm saying? Because as women, we struggle with, I'm independent, but we're still like, you know, how do you keep that as a woman?
As a woman, having a good mate. And I know it sounds awkward because it's outside of you, but when you have a mate that understands your independence and strength, they give you that room to do that. So he never questions, like, why are you taking over this? You didn't consult me doing that. He's like, man, that's her project. I'm gonna let her do that. So it's kind of, when you have, I forgot, what's the analogy? I was riding one time and it's like, if you just bought a really, really nice car, you are not gonna let just any guy drive it, no matter how attractive he is. But after you get to know a guy and he shows you that he washes the car, he changes the oil, he changes the tires and takes care of it, you don't mind letting him get in the driver's seat and driving you around. And that's what my husband proved to me when we were dating. Like, I can sit in the passenger seat and let him lead because I trust where he's going to take us. But if you don't have a guy like that and you're a super independent woman, that will be a challenge. So for me, it's not as much of a challenge because I have a supportive mate.
Yeah. So what is a typical business day for Jasmine? What does it consist of?
Oh, man. It used to consist of me waking up early in the morning and looking at emails, and I stopped doing that because that can be so detrimental to start your day in a panic and an anxiety. So most of the time, which I'm trying to go to 100% of the time, waking up and just being silent, like not messing with the kids, just going into a room, just sitting in silence and peace maybe listening to meditation music. Maybe I'll meditate or pray and write in my journal. Then after that, I don't always have to come into the office because we're scheduled by appointments only. So my day will consist of like emails and answering phone calls at the house with the kids. And I have an ultrasound tech, so she sees the appointments, and so she comes into the office and handles the appointments. And when she's done for the day, then she leaves. So it's almost like it kind of runs itself.
So you are now officially a girl boss. Like, how has that transition been for you? Like, coming into your own, like really like having your business full time, this is yours. How has that transition been? Because I know like it is scary, but like how has it been a situation where you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have did this, or I should maybe get some help, or maybe like what has it been transitioning into a true girl boss?
Ooh, it gets so scary. It gets so scary sometimes because you're like, okay, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I am the queen of to-do lists. Like, I love every day, like, okay, I need to do this, and this. Some days it does get very scary, but then it evens itself out. Like, something great will happen, like a customer will be super happy, or they'll cry, or they'll send a message like, it was so amazing. But overall, I don't think I've completely processed it that like, Jasmine, this is your business. Because I think I'm still shy about it. Because I will see pregnant women and moms, and it's like, go tell them. I'm like, no. Like, they're not going to believe me. And I think sometimes I am working on my confidence in that aspect of like, Jasmine, you are a young black woman business owner, and that's okay. So I'm learning to process all of it. I know as soon as it clicks and I walk in that confidence, I know the business will skyrocket too. So I think I'm still in the process of like processing it. That it's really here. That this, because even when you came in, like, this is your space, and I'm like, this is my space, and I should, But it is. It's a blessing. I think I'm still in awe that it's here.
Define black girl magic for me.
Ooh, black girl magic. Oh my goodness. Black girls get it done. That's what it is. We can be tired and hungry, but we're going to make sure our kids eat, even if it's our last. If we have no more water to drink, they're going to get it. Like, if we don't have a way to get to the doctor's appointment, we're going to make a way, whether we on a bike and I got Zoe strapped to the front and Asher on the back. Like, black girl magic is that we can make anything happen. We turn nothing into something. We're creators. We create with our bodies and birthing babies, but we also create things from our mind, and our words become life. Like we said, we want to make Hey Baby, and it's here. So we're creators. That's what like girl magic is.
It's a girl that's watching this, that's sitting on the sofa, and she sees you, and in her mind she thinks it's unattainable, that can't happen. What is some, not just the typical like, girl, you can do it, but what are some really true, transparent words that you can give to that girl who really has a dream and has a goal, but she's so afraid to leap, or she's so afraid to jump? Like, what is something that you could give her that can resonate in her mind and really hit home for her?
That's a good one. Oh man, that's a really good one. My mind is going all over the place as I see all these different specific situations. But I would say to the girl sitting on the couch thinking that this is impossible, that it's going to sound so cliche, but it's not impossible. Anything that you desire can be done. And the obstacles are not the people around you, the people that you see. It's not the girls who you thought were your friends. It's not the teacher who told you that, you were not good enough, or your essays aren't good enough, or you don't make the best scores. It's not about that. It's all the inner work. What do you believe about yourself? And even if it's something that's not good, if you're like, well, I don't think I'm smart enough, I don't think I'm pretty enough, deal with that. Why don't you think you're smart enough? Why don't you think you're pretty enough? And then you figure out why. It could have been someone told you that you were ugly, and you really, really kept that, and you took what they said and you put it over here, and then you took something else, some negative person said, put it over here. We've got to decode ourselves. We got to figure out why do we think these bad things about ourselves? And right when you acknowledge it, it's like a bubble. It bursts, it disappears. And then that's the opportunity for you to put something good in there. So sometimes it can be little things that you take a dry erase marker and you write "you are beautiful" on your mirror. Because with the dry erase marker, you know, you can take it off. But on your window or your mirror or places, or even sticky notes, like put good things about yourself. So it's not, oh man, I want to open up a business, or I want to be an actress. But get to this part and saying, I love myself, I'm beautiful, I'm stylish, I'm creative. And once you get the confidence in the inside, it'll start just vibrating everywhere outside of you. And those things will start being attracted to you. So believe in yourself.
So give us one more time the name of your business,
okay,
where you're located, Instagram, like everything. We want to know everything.
Okay. I am Jasmine Momon. I'm the owner of Hey Baby Ultrasound Boutique. We do ultrasounds on women as early as 8 weeks all the way to 32. You can come in and hear your baby's heartbeat. You can get heartbeat jewelry made for you or your boo. And we also do 3D, 4D ultrasounds. We are located in Little Five Points in Atlanta, Georgia. You can find us on social media at Hey Baby Atl.
Let's talk. Rated talk. Let's talk. Rated talk. Rated chat. Rated beauty.